luminaughts. Adjust for some fun, and other than take this oh so seriously, seriously, or however your likes slake your hungers. If in any y'all may be pleased to do so and so, bring comprehensions up from any understandings that one had proofread and updated what was written here numerous times, and though more thoroughness could have been caught for sought after, perfection is the striving for it, and other than necessarily perfection alone. Right of left, right? Was having dilemma as to whether to upstream this content of rote to reading, save you may think you know me, to yet think again, if other than twice in my acting ups, hit or miss me for a gut feeling on the fly, without reflux to heart, for good measures building. Here's some taste of what waits in fridge for stove to pipe a top off to your heady laden mugs. Gnaw at your funny bone, for your salivations alleviating any your up and coming damnations. Please say yes, and do attribute any contingencies of forgiveness my way to satiate any impatience patiently, as to any vulgar crass-nesting humor herein bringing blush to your cheekinesses, be that as one or more may in perturbation or flattering anticipations. This is a kind of semi-serious edition for any y'all caring to relax free from any excess drama, for you rom-com lovers or otherwise out there. To make up for all gaga in bad romance, happily after ever. There once was a story about a suitor bereft of what formerly being owned by a partnership, drifting beyond relationship, was experienced to be all about. Whose children from a previous marriage had been moving further and further beyond the space between times and again. Who found themselves alone, and yet unaloned, whom was found dead through their artistry of wondering, through applying works with weird estranged, remarried again and again, save other than yet of in a corporeal person with person in their natures of 3D flesh, blood and bone. This beckons of amidst the astral realms beyond the veil of illusions, or what some today call the 5D, or as the shimmering lakes of suffering risen of mirage, giving birth to the heavens. They had built an oasis of rituals for an extravagantly planned out gallivant of a wedding ceremony. Out front before the Rainbow Bridge, bowing up to down north by slightly northwest, to the left of the fountain at the northeast, right, only because we know of directions, and other than it thereby being changeless, flowing down from the mysterious statuesque of each Imagineer's mind's eye, due to the west, and into the bottomless wishing well that threads the feed of clouds upholding the basis of the entire foundation for court of assembly. Ringed by the stone escarpment, who paired, partied, or singled astralarity, therein may sit together and or apart between festivities, on its foot and a half-wide surface, housing the fountain's pooling of flows, reading the confluence of memory, and taking to notes, diagrams, and visage facsimiles for creative measures to futures applicable, and sometimes playing at astral instruments to permeate miraculous musics. All besides and molding their ancestral palace for practicing souls, amidst the surrounding gardens of labyrinthine hedges and hillocks, glades and thrushes, where beyond the wandering woods of wonder and continually changing mysteries, for each who renewing adventure would be beyond risk of no returns being ever the same. These astrally roiling lands, resting above the blanket of clouds, basking in the light of their multi-chromatheous orb blessing of an astral soul star, porting warmth from the aethers beyond the nexus of all veils. This wedding was very hush-hush, and in miniatures to castle of attendant to ceremony, with nary an obnoxious witness, with belligerent cry nor decree of souring word to wither any attendee's sense of ease to celebrations, of joy for bliss of oncoming reveries, as all who did were made merrier for doting their dues eye to eye. Here now and there, then and again, they are honeymooning enduringly, and may at some point explore their options to align their flesh under the rain check and bring together the magic to share with the mundane, at which Dr. They their role switching nurse work. Happily, after ever, the rains continue intermittently soaking the mundane lands with fine mists, private concealing fogs, soft sprinkles of sporadic downpours, and of purifying mayhem, thereby magic alone. The moral of this story? Finances are only lucrative soul if loved with lucrative soul. Affirmation. God, G center source, O whole entirety, D participle way, teaches the wisdom through me to me as loving lessons of service from and to others. I let the beauty of love be what moves me. XYZ PDQ. When opportunity knocks, sometimes it's okay to ignore it, especially if on behalf of one's own self you've hung that "Do not disturb" sign on the knob. XYZ PDQ.